Hello, Daphne here with a fun video for you titled Cast Your Vote in this African Safari, quote, beauty contest, unquote. Here I am out in the wilderness of Botswana with these three beautiful elephants. Now, on a safari, when you come across elephants, obviously you would not get anywhere near close to them. But at Baines and Stanley camps in Botswana, there is a tour by a gentleman who has trained three elephants that were abused, and he brought them back to life. And now tourists that come and safari goers that go to Botswana can literally walk with elephants and talk about an exciting experience. This had to be one, at least, not only the most exciting, but one of the most interesting I've ever had on all my trips around the world. And elephants are just, oh, they're magnificent creatures. And spending a whole morning and part of an afternoon with them, learning about all their habits, was such an enormous treat. Okay, next up in our beauty contest is the mighty lion. Oh, isn't he a beauty? This one I shot from quite far away. I guess he was about to take a little afternoon siesta. Lions are definitely the king of the savannas, a magnificent beast. Did you know a lion's roar can be heard from almost 10 miles away? Another interesting fact about lions that I did not know before going on my first safari to Africa, and that was that the females are the ones that hunt the food. Another thing that distinguishes a male from a female is that the male does not have this huge mane of hair. Instead, she is just covered in short hairs. Okay, that's one beautiful animal, I think. Well, we'll have to put this one. Well, I think this one probably would end up in the homely category. This is the warthog. They are one of my favorite animals to see on the savannas of Africa because in so many ways they're comical. Here this mother warthog is walking with her little babies, but oftentimes you see them running through the savannas with their tail literally straight up in the air. And because their necks aren't very long, they have to bend their legs in order to feed on the grass below. Oh, I just think they are homely, but they have their own unique charm, and it's always fun to see them in Africa. Such an unusual looking animal, wouldn't you agree? Oh, here is another beauty, the giraffe. Those are just magnificent animals, and I think one of the most graceful on planet Earth. With their long necks and long legs, these are the tallest animals in Africa by far. Rarely does one see giraffes fighting. Mainly they are very peaceful animals. Did you know that each one sports a different spotted coat? No two giraffes are alike, but they are wonderful, peaceful, gorgeous, gorgeous creations made by our dear Mother Nature. Before I went on my first African safari, I had never heard of African wild dogs. They're a unique, very unique animal to Africa, but albeit a little bit short, I would say, in the looks department. I did not know that they are one of the fiercest animals on the plains of Africa. Wild dogs hunt in packs, which makes them capable of bringing down animals that are 5 times their size. Now that's really, really interesting. But they are fierce-looking animals. They're sort of scary-looking animals Not beautiful to see like some of the other animals that you get to witness on safari. But there it is, the African wild dog. Next up is the mighty hippo. Wow. Always a treat to spot one of these. This picture has very special meaning to me. Why? Because we were out on a boat driving in between these reeds, and all of a sudden this hippo jumped straight up out of the water. I shrieked at the top of my lungs, and I swear to God, I thought he was going to land up in our boat. But he didn't. He landed back in the water, and there he is looking at us through the reeds with his eagle eye. But hippos they're amusing looking creatures if you ask me, but they're not all that cuddly. Do you know that hippos kill more humans than any other animal in Africa? That's true. Hard to believe, but it's true. Next up, we have the hyena. I thought this was such an amazing picture. Believe it or not, that is my knee in the foreground. We were on a night safari when we came across this little guy who was very inquisitive and came right up to us. I just love this picture. Isn't that an adorable little creature? Anyway, they are nocturnal animals, so unless you're on a night safari, you may not get a chance to see them. All right, by far one of the most absolutely magnificent creatures, and one of my favorites, is the African leopard. They are such beautiful and they're just magnificent animals. And to come across them on a safari drive out in the middle of the wilderness just takes one's breath away. I just think they are they're so incredibly mighty looking and strong and intense, and their coats are all gorgeous. Leopards are not only one of the fiercest animals on the savannas of Africa, but in my opinion, one of the most beautiful. Next up, an animal that truly looks like a prehistoric creature, the white rhino. They are very elusive, so those that are on safari in Africa are very fortunate to get a chance or to get a glimpse of them. But we saw them several times, not only this white rhino, but also black rhinos, and they're part of the big five in Africa. Gosh, African safaris just take one's breath away. They are just amazing. To think that all these big animals are just out there in the wilderness, and when you drive around, you have the supreme privilege of seeing them. And I tell you, each encounter is special. Everyone, I mean, it's hard to believe that you're in such close proximity to these amazing creatures that Mother Nature gave us. All right, moving along in our Africa Safari Beauty Contest, we come next to the wildebeest. The wildebeest, well, Mother Nature wasn't very generous with them in the looks department, if you ask me. Even though this animal is on Africa's list of the ugly five, they are a very impressive group. There are hundreds and thousands of these on the savannas of East Africa, and they make up the absolutely incredible Great Migration. If you ever get a chance to witness this migration, it is one of the most spectacular events on planet Earth. It's millions of animals, including zebra and others, antelopes. I got to see it, and I'm telling you, in no uncertain terms, it took my breath away. So, that concludes our African wildlife beauty contest. So please enter your comment below as to which one you think is the prettiest or most beautiful, and the one that came up short in the looks department. I can't wait to hear your answers.